All right. Welcome to Thick Empress Tarot. Hi guys. How y'all doing? I know I can't get an answer from y'all, but I hope y'all are doing well, doing wonderful, doing amazing. Guys, I'm back here with these glasses on. My eye has cleared up tremendously. But I still my vision is like double. So if like I was to pull out a card or something, like if it was like the five of wands, I would see the 10 of wands or something or whatever. So that's why I haven't, started doing tarot again, because I don't want to confuse the messages or whatever. But um guys, I just want to say that this incident with my eye, I know some of y'all are wondering, like, well, what really happened? Well, what happened was my retina detached. What is that? Some of y'all are like, well, what is your retina detaching? I didn't know what it was either, child. I did not know at all until it actually happened to me. What happened was we have, I guess, like with our eye, there's a retina behind it that like holds the eye together, which means like your vision is there. And you're able to like see things real clear. And then so once your retina detaches, you you can't really see things clear. It's like a blur. Sometimes some people lose their entire vision because of this, right? So what happened was, how I discovered this was, I was driving one night and I couldn't see like I normally could see. And so I eventually went to the doctor. Even going to the doctor, it was like, a hassle or whatever. But I went to the doctor, and that's when they told me that my retina had detached. So when I asked them, I said, well, how, like, what happened? Was it because of like stress? Was it because of like poor diet? Was it because, like, what could it have been from? And so they said, well, ma'am, we just want to ask you a question. I said, what? They said, you don't have to tell us, but this would, maybe be something that could have caused it. Were you in like a domestic violence relationship? And I'm like, no, I'm not in a domestic violence relationship. And they said, well, the way how your retina detached, it was like you kept getting hit in your head, and that's why the retina detached. It is not that. Were you in a car accident recently? And I was like, I don't think it could have caused a retina to detach, to me, but I'm not a doctor. And so they were like, okay, what are a concussion or something that just, I mean, hit you in your head hard? I said, no, no, no. I can't really think of anything, that would just have a retina to detach. So I went to like maybe six specialists, and each of them said the same thing. Like, whatever happened, it was something that hit you in your head super hard, and it caused for your retina to detach. And so I told them, I said, well, occasionally, because y'all know, some, but those of you who watch my channel, I went out, had a couple of drinks and stuff. So they said no. The nurse, she was laughing. She said, baby, if it was because of like having a drink or something, she said, I wouldn't have a retina, So she said, no, it's not that. So don't even think that it was that. So I was like, I don't, I don't know. So me being the spiritualist that I am, I started thinking, I'm like, God, what is really going on? Because this is like so weird. Because my thing is, if you have a ailment and you go to a physical doctor, and that physical doctor cannot come up with what is causing the ailment or the illness, that's when it becomes spiritual for me. So I knew that I had been spiritually hit, guys. And so I was like, you know what? Okay. And so I started praying, like, God, what is really going on? And so immediately, I heard that it was supposed to hit your third eye. Somebody sent something, it was supposed to hit your third eye, but instead of it hitting your third eye, it landed on you physically. And so, I started thinking, I said, you know what? The weapon will form, but God will not allow it to prosper. He will not allow it to prosper. So I was like, okay. So I was like, oh, they came after my third eye, which I had already known that I was being spiritually attacked, y'all. Because, and for those of you who are like spiritualists and are like spiritually inclined, you know when attacks are being sent to you. So I know, even like, especially like with me starting this channel and everything, I've been getting hit left and right. I just, really don't say anything about it. I've been getting hit left and right, left and right. And so I know, but that further lets me know that I'm on the right track. A lot of people, they get discouraged and be like, oh my God, this must not be the thing for me to be doing. No, that lets me know that I'm on the right track. Even when I was in school for social work, I had a lot to come against me, and I persevered and got my degrees in social work. I'm not bragging, you guys. I'm hoping that I can encourage somebody to keep pushing forward, because they're gonna send spiritual attacks. They're gonna try to attack you in every which way that they can, but do not let it happen. So moving forward, I was like, okay, God, what is really going on? Because like, how is this even able to happen? So then he was like, read the book of Job. I said, okay, which I've read the book of Job several times, because I can remember when I first got saved, I was like, after I read his story, I said, oh God, I said, I hope me and you, like, that's not my story, not not to be buck or anything, but I was like, God, I definitely hope that my journey is not a journey of Job, because if we know Job lost it all. I'm talking about, he lost kids, he lost cattle, he lost houses, he lost everything. I don't even know if he lost his wife, but his wife told him to curse God and everything. So he lost friends, he lost everything. And I was like, God, I never wanted a Job story. I've learned as I gotten older to appreciate the Job story, because I've kind of been a Job, so I was like, okay, God, what is really going on? So I read like the beginning of Job, and in the beginning it states that the devil was like, oh, Job seems like he has everything in order, like everything. God, if Job asks for $10,000, you give him 100,000, so let's see if you take everything from Job, if Job is still gonna serve you. And so God was like, and the devil consistently did this to God, to get God to agree to letting him come after Job. Because guess what, y'all, one thing about the devil cannot do nothing to you that God does not allow. People don't want to talk about that though. The devil cannot do anything to you that God does not allow. Okay? And so the devil went to God and was like, hey, God, your good and faithful servant, let me have it. And I guarantee you, when I'm done with you, he's not going to claim you. I want to be on your side. And so God was like, well, you know what? I tell you what, I'll let you have him, but guess what? The only thing you cannot do is kill my servant. But I know my good Job. My good Job is not gonna go against me. I know my good Job. So I tell you what, I'll give you free reign, enough free reign to where you can go after him, but you cannot kill him. The devil was like, cool beans, I gotcha. So guess what? The devil proceeded, and Job, minding his business, because Job had everything. Job had the wife, the kids, the white picket fence, cattle in the back, farm, prospering, didn't want for nothing, didn't need nothing, none of that. So here comes the devil entering his life, killing his kids, killing his cattle, taking his money, taking his stability, his security, his finances, all of that. And throughout it all, Job, he questioned God, and God, at the end of the towards the ending, that's when he realized that, hey, maybe I shouldn't have questioned God. But he questioned God, but he didn't. Everybody was telling him, just turn your back towards, like, God is not there, just turn your back towards him. And Job was like, I'm not gonna do it. And so that's when God was asking Job, like, do you know who I is? do you know when he do you know who I is and what I can do? I like, so what you gonna do? So God, put the carpet in front of him. If he wanted to go, you could go. But do you know who I like? If you questioning me, that means you kind of like not really knowing who you're serving. And so Job was like, I'm serving you, God. I understand. You're right. I can't do what there's none like you and will never be none like you. You are absolutely correct. And so at that moment, that's when God let the devil know, hey, you need to put a pause on it. And so the devil had to listen. So y'all, I'm saying this today because nothing that I go through, and I'm not just talking about me, I'm talking about my fellow tarot readers, I'm talking about fellow social workers, I'm talking about fellow people in the helping profession, I'm talking about fellow, people that do right by what the calling that God has for them. Nothing that we go through is in vain. We have to go through stuff. I couldn't be a good, I consider myself a spiritual advisor. I couldn't be a good spiritual advisor if I have never been through nothing. I can't help people if I've never been in a position where I needed help. If I've never been, I'm not saying that everybody should be a single mom or anything like that, but that's something that I've had to endure as well. There's a lot of things that I've had to endure, and I'm sure a lot of you, and this message is for you all. I'm being transparent because God has required of me to be more transparent with my audience as well. So with that being said, y'all, I've been through a lot. And I know I've been through a lot so that I can be the person who God has called me to be, which my calling is to help people, whether it's through advice, whether it's financially, whether it's through comforting, whether it's through whatever. That's what God has called me to be. Most of the time people come to me for advice, okay? So but I say all of that to say this. Just like with Job, you can't everything is not going to be easy. And when the devil send things your way, you can't just give up on God because things are not going the way that you thought that it should go. The best saying I think is, if you ever want to make God laugh, tell him your plans. Did I have a plan for my retina to detach? No. Did I have a plan to be a single mom? No. Did I have a plan to lose all my money and everything? No. Did I have a plan for my vehicle to be cutting up? No. It's a lot of things. House, whatever the case may be. Oh, I'm coming, y'all. They train. So no, I never planned for any of that to happen. However, things do happen. Life happens. It happens to me. It happens to whoever's listening to this. It happens. And some of us, we wear our pain well, and people don't think that we have been through stuff. And so what happens is, it's not just, the devil, but he has his children who, when they see God's children, seems like they're living their best life, they go in the spirit realm and try to come after God's children, not knowing that we are protected, and that we go through just like everybody else. It's just, how do you wear what you have been through? It's the way you're wearing what you've been through that is PISSIing people off. And so they go in the spirit realm, and then they send attacks of harm, hurt, and danger towards you, not knowing that you have been through stuff. You just don't put it out there. What is the point? I understand, be more transparent, because that's what God has been requiring of me. Be more transparent, yes, but at the same time, let's move forward from that. That's me. And to whoever I'm speaking to, I feel like that is you as well. I don't want to sit in the hurt, the harm, the danger. I want to resolve the hurt, the harm, the danger. So y'all, some of y'all have really just y'all have really peed somebody off, and they came against you. And God allowed this to happen so that this person or persons, because I feel like it's more than one, he allowed this to happen so that they can see that my good and faithful servant will still serve me no matter what, no matter if they don't have the money, no matter if they don't have the status, no matter if they don't have the friends, no matter if they don't have the family, no matter if it's just them by themselves. My good and faithful servant is going to serve me. Some of y'all, whoever I'm speaking to, you have had to show people whose you are, and when you told them whose you were, they thought it was a joke. They don't think it's funny anymore, because what's gonna happen and what's happening to those people, it's time to pay the piper now. Whoever did this to me, this was their last ditch effort. Last ditch effort. Because one thing about me, I'm gonna transmute some energy, baby. Think I ain't? I'm gonna transmute that energy, and I'm gonna get it to work in my favor. So whoever I'm speaking to, somebody needs to hear this. Don't let them get you by sending these negative spells and everything towards you and making you feel like God don't have your back, when in all actuality he has your front, your back, and your sides. And I know some of y'all saying, well, if God have all of that, why is he putting me through that? We as humans, we put people through things to see if they have our back, and not that God really needs it, because he knows us. But when you, even like us that are parents, that we have kids and stuff, we like to put our kids on display and like show them off, because in the background they done been through some things. And so, look, my accent just kicked in. They done been through some things. And so you put them on Front Street after, after they've been through a lot of, after they've been through a lot of stuff. And it's usually because we rear our kids and we're like, okay, look, you gotta, come on, let's get it, let's go. And then when it's showtime, when they appear to people, it seems like, oh, they just spoil their kids. They just, give them whatever they want. And it's not that. It's that you don't know what goes on behind closed doors. And a lot of people, to whoever the negative people are that's listening to this, you don't know what somebody's relationship with God is. I said that in another reading. I think that was that Witch Warlock reading. You don't know somebody's relationship with God. And how dare you go in the spirit realm and try to come against somebody who you don't know what's their ranking. You don't really know what's going on with them. And to the person / people who did this to me, y'all know. Y'all found out a little too late. But y'all know that y'all shouldn't have did what y'all did. But guess what? It's gonna come back to you. Oh, it's coming back to you. It's coming back to you. Worse than what it came to me. So, again, if this was just a little health issue, something that happened, okay, hey, the doctor said it happened because of this, because of that, because of that. No. If you ever want to know if something is spiritually sent towards you, you go to the doctor, and the doctor is like, I don't know where this came from. It doesn't line up with your health because you eat healthy, da 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 da. All of a sudden, this just came. It was an attack from the enemy. And usually, like I said, with the book of Job, the enemy thinks, whoever this message needs to go out to, the enemy thinks that you have had it, you spoil, like God spoil y'all. Some of y'all, they think that your actual parents spoil y'all, and so they're like, oh no, we're gonna make sure that everybody gets to see, because whoever I'm speaking to, somebody want to publicly embarrass you. They want it to be known that, oh, this person claiming God, they not of God. They not of God. God can't be with them if this is happening. But that's not true, y'all. That's not true. When somebody is like spiritually going through stuff, that's because God is with them and they are about to have a breakthrough, and the devil knows that. The devil does not go after people that is already his. Duh, he not gonna go after somebody that's already his. He's going after the big stompers, the big God stompers. That's the ones he trying to get like creds off of. He not trying to get credit off the ones he already have. He already got them. I almost said the TF, y'all. He ain't coming after them. He already got them. That's like a man that like to cheat. He ain't going after the ones he done cheated with. He going after that one over there that's celibate. That the one that ain't putting up with his BS. That's the one he going after. So you think the devil not gonna come after you when you doing what you supposed to be doing? Cause somebody is feeling like, well, what I'm doing can't be doing what I can't be doing what God wants me to do if all of this is coming against me. You're doing exactly what God wants you to do. You're doing exactly what God wants you to do. That's why the devil coming after you. I'm proof. I'm proof. So I'm telling y'all, that's why I said, like, even with this channel, you know, I was like, oh my God, like, God, you calling me to be a tarot reader? Like, what? God, what? I'm like, oh my God, but you know what? Okay. If it would have went smooth, I would have been surprised, y'all. I'm not going to even lie. If it would have went smooth, I would have been surprised. So because I got all of this coming against me, it lets me know that I'm in the right order and I'm where I'm supposed to be. So, guys, with that being said, if you're having a Job moment, or like if you feel like the devil has permission or has been attacking you because of your calling, just know that you are on the right path and that no devil in hell, no witch, no warlock. And y'all, when I talk about these witches and warlocks, I'm talking about the dark ones. That's the ones I'm talking about. I'm talking about the dark ones that who they like to see people suffer. They don't want nobody to increase or anything like that. That's the ones I'm talking about. I'm not talking about, because they have some good witches that's out there. I'm not talking about them. Like I said, I'm talking about the dark ones. And some of them act like they're not dark witches, but trick. That's what you are. So, y'all, with that being said, I'm gonna end. Look, don't want me to talk, but guess what? Y'all know I got my nice little SU cup on deck. All right. So, y'all, with that being said, I am going to end this reading, y'all. I'm gonna do y'all another reading that God had placed on my heart to do for you all, and I have been kind of procrastinating because I was a little shy, y'all. That's why I don't show my face on camera, because I'm shy. God is breaking me out of that as well. And I have been, you know, like, I want to do this reading because I know, you know, somebody needs to hear it. Even if it's just one person, I know somebody needs to hear it. But I have not, because I've been shy, and God was like, I don't want you to do that message with your face hidden. Like, you have to, I want them to see you. So, y'all, God, like I said, God is working with me on transparency and on you all, and just being more out. I'm like, you know, like a movie, and I'm gonna stop rambling, y'all, because believe it or not, I can, you know, ramble. But you know, like with a movie, you have the actor, you have the director, you have the producer, you know. So you have the actor that's in the front of the screen, the director behind the screen, producer behind the screen. I'm more like the producer director type, and God is calling me to be the actor. So y'all, please just bear with me. And for those of you who have liked, subscribed, shared, commented, I love the comments. Thank y'all so much. And if it's tarot that God wants me to do, it's tarot it is. Okay?